From the West Coast, we're coming to you live from the NFL's newest and the world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Just about halfway through the season now. Still a lot of ball to be played as we're off in Week 8. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for Raiders first. Looking for a throw here. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The Rams showing a nickel look. 3rd down coming up. Throwing from the gun. He's got him. That's McMillan. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards, but they'll take that every single time.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Setting up a throw. Dump off caught by his back. And this one doesn't go far.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Emmanuel Forbes makes the play. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First and 10 now from the 30. They give it to him again. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back now, pressure on its way. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Takes off right out of the read option. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through one quarter. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with first and 10. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. They're going play action. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Flat out a tremendous call. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
And the Rams add a man to the secondary. We've got 5 in the nickel, third down. Now looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Plowing up the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Another carry for him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The rookie from Clemson in on that stop.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
3rd and long for him here. Hits him on the in route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Now a give on the counter. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. This time it's a passing play. The throw is caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Raiders looking for a score before halftime. From the gun on third down. He brings it in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They're lining up on the doorstep. Second and goal from inside the 1. They'll hand it to him again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. He'll throw it. Has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. And he's in. Touchdown! The Raiders take the lead just before halftime. Brock Bowers, the touchdown. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talked about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Starting from the 5. And look at this return. And he's going to be out of bounds with some outstanding field position right at midfield.
Hey, listen, I get it. I'm as guilty as anyone. So hyper-focused on offense and defense, often forgetting it's special teams in a play like that can swing a game. What a great return now to start out on a short field, and you've got to believe all this offense is thinking is let's capitalize and find that end zone.
And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. He's trying to go deep again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So it'll be second down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 10 now. That one complete to Whittington. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's the handoff.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Handoff to the back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Play action on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They go play action here. Buying some time left. He takes it himself. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Well, I think he was looking for that running lane and that running room from the very start right there, partner. Even as he worked through his progression initially, he was waiting for space to open, and then he takes advantage with his legs.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Give now to the running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Taking a shot for the end zone. They connect on the deep shot. And that's good for a 1st down.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Takes it in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take the lead right away in half number 2. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while. But that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams push their lead to 3. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That pass complete to McMillan. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Pass play coming here. McMillan hauls it in. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's a throw. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
I think I could see his eyes from the booth. He was envisioning the return and simply dropped it. You got to secure the pick before anything else.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
He makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a 2nd half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the 1st play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
2nd and 3 now. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Rolling out to his left. That one's caught along the left sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Right up the gut. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Rams ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Back to throw now. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And the downhill charge gets there and touches this one right at the 14. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Space past the 35. Racing down the left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders take a 4-point lead. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now from the gun. Finds a man right side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Textbook hitch route. Just hit him in the short field and deliver it once that defense turns their attention elsewhere. Okay, this is a low-ceiling play, but a reliable source of yardage.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He completes it in traffic. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Desperation time here on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
The quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, they'll run. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Back to the well again. Has some space inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the 2nd level and beyond.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Here's the give. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders now lead by 10. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders drive their lead to 11. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And no turnover, it's going to stay with the offense.
Well, I think you know the only thing redeeming about that play, Kate.
They got the ball back.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, they got the ball back, but a whole lot longer down in distance.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Puka Nacua, the target on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Big gain downfield. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. So the ball on the midfield stripe now after that big play. It's 1st and 10. From midfield now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Taking a deep shot here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last moment.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's loaded another one up. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Couldn't connect with Puka Nacua. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He finds him beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Got a man. It's Mayer. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Raiders get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Inside the red zone, they could feel how tight they were to the goal line. And then bam, Brock, they're off the field after a clutch interception.
I tell you what, football is the ultimate team game, but this is a situation where an individual picks up all 10 of his guys out there on the field. Somebody else is going to pick up the tab at dinner tonight for him.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. There's the handoff. And he'll get it up to the 27. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Receiver gets it on the handoff. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
The give here on 2nd. And he couldn't do a whole lot there. Minimal yardage picked up to the 27. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? They give it to him again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by Los Angeles. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Now the Raiders readying for the punt. And they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this is the first time he's been called on today. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Rams will take possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Finds a seam down the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Officials signaling for a timeout, and with 5 seconds remaining, just 1 last play left in this one.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. One final shot here. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. And the Raiders make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So put this in the win column for the Raiders. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.